Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm sure you're having what? The light is really blinding. I'm sure you're having a lovely time. It's been such a great session, and I can't wait to just get into the topic of nutrition, health, mental health, wellness. It's so crucial to us, especially as women. One of the things I've been learning on my own health journey is that we store a lot of things in our bodies, and there are certain things that we need to do to release those excess baggage that then take its toll on our health. So, I mean, health is wealth, as everyone says, but to be honest, until you have a health challenge, that does not ring as true as until you're in the thick of it. So I'll start with you, Mazzino. Maybe just if we can just go a quick introduction before I move to our panelists joining online. Can you just tell us a bit, 5 minutes, about yourself and just your journey or story on fitness?
Hi everyone, my name is Mazino Daisy Malaka. I am a certified holistic nutritionist and I'm also a health coach. I have a company called Liberata Nutrition, and at Liberata we are trying to liberate people from the insides out. So we use a combination of three things in our practices. We use science-based medicine, we use Chinese medicine, and also holistic medicine as well. The combination of everything. We have a team of dietitians, fitness professionals, life coaches, wellness professionals, and all of us work together to pretty much make people free from the inside out. So that's what we do at Liberata. Big focus for us is on gut health and hormonal health as well.
Dr. Millionaire?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's always amazing to be here. Thank you to Omi. It's only Omi that can bring me out at this time of the day. I'm Maimuna Yusuf Kadri. People just generally call me Dr. May. It's easy. A month of the year, January, February, March, April, May. So I run Pinnacle Medical Services, which is a one-stop health and wellness center that caters for emotional, psychological, and mental-related issues. We help individuals and corporate organizations to boost performance and boost productivity and peak performance by managing their mental health-related issues. And we'll be doing this for the past 10 years. Our current and most active service is the Employees Assistance Program, where we currently work with over 750,000 Nigerian employees and their families, whereby we create safe spaces in corporate organizations where employees can easily, speak up, speak out, where they wouldn't be judged, criticized. And of course, as Nigerians, nobody will be apostolic towards them. And we are doing this for 16 corporate organizations now. So we are hoping more Nigerian, wholly, 100% Nigerian companies can join in that, because quite a number of the organizations we have are kind of multinationals. Because with the recent trend now, we all know that mental health is as important as our physical health, if not more important.
Thank you very much, Dr. May. Hello to our panelists online. Welcome. I'd like to speak to Dr. I don't know. Sorry, I'm not sure. I don't want to call you by your first name, so maybe just let me know what the best way to address you. That's Miss. 1 second. Oyinkansola Alabi. So, what's the best way for me to address you? I guess this is it. Hello? I think so. I think there's a play. Okay, I think you're muted. Okay. Okay. Oh, yes, please. Yes. Okay, so while everyone is while that is being sorted out, welcome. Yeah, okay. I know it's just putting you on the spot. Okay, so I would like to get to meet you and then just go. We're doing quick introductions to him.
Just introduce.
Yes, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Leslie Okoye. I'm the founder of Cookie Skin, a melanin skincare line for women of color, and I am a mom of two.
Welcome. Okay. Let's see. Laika, can you hear me? I don't know if.
Hello, can you hear me?
If you can try speaking, if we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Okay. Yes. Perfect.
Oh, perfect. Okay. It's actually Lika, not Laika.
Lika. Okay. Lika. Thank you.
Yes. Okay, so my name is Lika Ahunsi. I'm a mom of two. I'm a fitness enthusiast. I wrote a book. I'm an author. I wrote a book called Lika's Lifestyle Shift. I have struggled with loss. I've been overweight and underweight, though I kind of know the struggles regarding fitness. So I wrote a book on my story and experience, and it's called Lika's Lifestyle Shift. And basically, it's about the 4 F's, which pretty much the other panelists have spoken about. It has to do with fitness, food, fashion, and facials, because I believe that it's a holistic package. Like she said, your mental health is as important as the physical health. So it's all matters when you're thinking about having a perfect life or having that balance in your life. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. So we would. Okay. Thank you very much. So we'll just start off with you. We're following from the pattern of physical health to emotional to nutrition. Nutrition to emotional wellness and general wellness. So, in terms of, you just shared about your story dealing with being overweight and underweight. Lots of women struggling with that challenge. Can you just walk us through how you were able to build the fortitude to start the lifestyle change you needed, especially when it came to physical fitness?
Okay. Thank you for that. So when I like to talk about fitness challenge and fitness health, and I believe it's a lifestyle shift. It's not a one-off thing. It's not quick fix as many people wish it is. I have struggled, or I used to struggle with my since I was really young, at a very, very young age. At the time, I was overweight and I struggled with that. I got bullied a lot because of that. And it became a challenge where it was too important for me to lose weight. Now, regarding that, I lost a lot of weight, and at some point, I was now underweight because of that fear of not wanting to put on any weight. And that can also be a challenge on its own, because you're not eating properly, you're not doing the right workouts, you're just not having a balanced life. So my mental health at the time was challenged because I was still not happy, right? And that's why I like to speak about it from a very holistic point of view. So in regards to fitness, which is the topic of the day, fitness is I like to tell people and the people that I train that it's a personal decision. My story can never be your story. There are no two people that would have the exact same story. So it has a lot to do with you as a person. What are you coming to achieve from being fit? A lot of people just think fitness is about looking good or looking a certain way or losing weight. it's way deeper than that. Being in a very good physical fitness space has a lot to do with your emotional balance, right? What is the reason why you really want to lose weight? Is it just wanting to fit in specific clothes or something like that? It's funny that when I lost a lot of weight, when I was overweight, was when I was the most unfit, because you can be slim but you're not fit, right? So that's something a lot of people don't get. Physical fitness has a lot to do with how what is your stamina, how good are you in exercises, what's your cardio strength. It has a lot to do with what are you putting in terms of your physical being. And I like to say that being fit is a combination, is something that you have to be cautious about. You have to put in the work, you have to put in time as well, because it's not something that you can develop all of a sudden or in a day. I would say that when my journey started, it took me almost a year for me to get to the position that I felt I was physically fit, and a lot of people don't want to do that. They don't want to put in the work. They start and they stop. They want a quick fix. Oh, I want to go into this meal plan and lose weight and I'm fine, right? Some people also want to just use nutrition, but they are not keen in doing the physical work, like workouts and exercises. But the truth is, the fitness aspect of losing weight is where you build your stamina, where you build your cardio strength. So it's very important. It's as important as the nutrition. I always like to tell people that it's a 50-50. A lot of people like to say, oh, we make six packs. I'm sure you've all heard that we make six packs in the kitchen. I'm not a believer of that. So to me, it's a 50-50, right? As much as your nutrition is very, very key, I'm very, very open to dieting, and I talk a lot about dieting, but fitness is as important as nutrition. You need to be able to build your cardio strength. Yeah.
Okay, so on sorry to cut you, but what you're saying about cardio strength, I was just hoping you could elaborate a little bit in the sense of framing it in a way that we live in a country that can be quite stressful. A lot of people, the number one excuse for not working out is you're busy, and even sometimes doing as little as 10 minutes, you find that you struggle to even just get up. It's easy to get into a sedentary type of lifestyle than actually to take a walk, for example. So for a person right now that is listening to you, that is like, okay, Ed, I've heard all these things. I know I should work out. I know I should actually do something, but I'm still struggling to get out of bed, But I know when it comes to work, maybe I'll work myself crazy. But then when it comes to actually doing something for, building the strength, so what can you say about that cardio strength? Why is it important, really? We know about the mental benefits and all, but why is it essential for life? And what can people in a metropolitan city like this, maybe even at work, I'm just trying to compound your question, even at work, start to do to kind of build some kind of stamina? Because I think the issue I found out, and it's even happened to me, when I was going to get married, I was like, oh, let me get a gym instructor. And it was like, we went hard the first day. I remember sitting down, I couldn't see. I literally couldn't see. I was like, my husband then, it was my boyfriend then, I was like, I can't see, I'm blind, what's going on? I was like, oh, I think I worked you a bit too hard. I mean, the problem is I didn't know I had hormonal imbalances. So even working with someone like that didn't understand my body, kind of puts me in harm's way. So it's like, what is the safe way to even start getting active if you've lived, a sedentary life, and how can we incorporate it better in a society?
Thank you so much. Okay, as you were speaking, I was just trying to write down some points because there are some things you have already said that I wanted to touch on. Okay, so first of all, what you said is extremely key. You have to know your body type, right? And whoever is interested in training you, or you decide to get a coach, it's very important that you understand your body type, because we are all made differently. Like for me, I like strength workout. I like to go to the gym and lift weights. There are some people that will not even be able to achieve what I will achieve if they were just taking out, they were going out and having walks. So they were more concentrated, or they concentrated more on cardio workouts, right? So like running. So the truth is, where I usually start from, because I'm a fitness coach as well, I always start by asking some very clear questions, right? About your body, about what you already, your diet, your diet over time. Also understanding what do you like and dislike, because it's very important. That's why I keep hammering on that word lifestyle. It's very important that it is something you can keep doing. So it's not, I'm going to push you 1 month, see the result, and it's over. It has to become a lifestyle. And for it to become a lifestyle, then it has to fit into your everyday life. So, as I said, Lagos can be extremely hectic, right? So you need to be able to work around your calendar, work around your schedule. I'll use myself as an example, and that's why I said that it is something that you have to personally make that decision for the change, right? No one can make it for you, even your husband. When I started working out initially, I would always tell my husband, "Oh, let's go together, let's," and sometimes he'd be like, "Man, I'm not even ready for that right now." So I had to keep picking myself up. If I was one of those people that I needed someone to push me, then I would not do it. I've even had people I'm training that would tell me, "You didn't call me, or you didn't call me at the time you were supposed to call me." And I'm like, "Hey, are you sure you want to do this thing? Look at me, look at you. It's you that have to do this work. Oh. I cannot do it on your behalf." Do you understand? So I think it's really key that first thing, you make that conscious decision, you have decided. Then everything, it's easier for it to flow. One, as you rightly said, workout regime. You have to know what works for you. And most of the time, you need someone to let you know that information, especially if you are a beginner. You would not really know, okay, what will work for me? What do I like doing? I like to do specific workouts. I still like those specific workouts, and I try to continuously do those workouts. So I have clients who will tell me, "I don't like to run. It's impossible. When you put that in there, I can't do it." And I understand. So I would look for something that would have the same effect without you running. Now, let me give another example. When I started doing, intense workout, I never liked cardio. I didn't like to run. I didn't like to be on the treadmill. I didn't like any of that. But I found out something they call HIIT, right? It's very high level intense workouts, right? And I don't need to work out for more than 15 minutes for me to start burning. Like I'm sweating, I'm feeling like I've done something serious. But there are people that need that 1 hour, just mid-level workout or easy workout, and they are ready to do it 1 hour, 2 hours, and get the same effect that I'm getting in 15 minutes. So I think it's very important to know your body type, to know what you like to do. That's the first important step. And that's why getting a fitness coach, getting someone who is already experienced in workout, especially when you're a beginner, is very important. Now, trying to build it into your schedule. As you rightly said, I've been there before where I want to work out. Truly, I want to, but I don't have the time. I don't know how I can be able to put that into my already crazy schedule. Now, most times, what I would advise is, for in my case, what worked for me was the HIIT, because I don't need to work out for more than 20 minutes for me to even keep burning throughout the day. Then another thing, when you mentioned it, I just put down in notes. There's this very weird, funny workout I always tell my clients to do, especially the busy ones at work. Okay, so every time you go to the restroom and you sit down on the toilet, Sit and stand 20 times. Doing only that, you've been able to do your squats for the day, right? So you just go to pee in the toilet and you just go 1, 2, 1, 2, go up, down again, start, after you're done weeing, just do it there. There's nobody there. You've done your sit-ups, your squats, and you're out. Because most of the ladies are always about trying to firm their thighs and all of that. And that's something you can easily do just going to the restroom. You can even do it every time you go to the restroom throughout the day. You would have put in 100 squats or more during that period. So there are many unorthodox ways that you can work out throughout the day without you physically having to go to the gym. A lot of people get confused or mixed up that you have to go to the gym to lose weight. You can lose weight. Okay, another funny one. Just lying down on your bed, just putting your hand behind your pillow, go up and down as you just wake up before you stand up. Just do that 10 times before you stand up from your bed. That is you already doing your sit-ups lying in your bed.
Thank you. I mean, the toilet one, I was like, wow, that's a great way to get squats. And especially when they tell you, imagine you're sitting down. This one, you're actually avoiding sitting down, but you're getting in the work. Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So then going to funny toilet, gut health. Oh my God! I had the privilege of getting a colon to a TMI, but colon hydrotherapy or therapy. It was a very weird treatment. I found myself repenting. I was like, God, I will not treat my body this way again. I won't eat fries anymore because I had so much gas. And what I've come to learn about nutrition, I didn't even know there were certain things I shouldn't even be eating. I mean, I knew there were certain things I shouldn't eat. Like this year, I've been saying I've been 3 months sober from ice cream. Ice cream is a problem. I've been 3 months sober. So on my birthday, I was like, yeah, let me have ice cream. And I went overboard and spent Monday in the toilet. And I was just like, God, why do I treat myself this way? So going through the process of nutrition, finding out that even ugu for myself is not even that great. So I feel like there's a lot of gray area when it comes to nutrition and we make assumptions. So I really like you to shed more light on gut health and just how it affects our fitness and wellness.
Yeah. You touched on something so crucial. In fact, what works for one person may not work for another person. And sometimes people talk about this in relation to unhealthy food, but even the healthy stuff. So one of the reasons why you're probably reacting to ugu is because of the amount of fiber that's in it and your body can't digest that amount of fiber. No matter how amazing ugu is, you get iron benefits and it just doesn't work for you. So the thing about your gut is that everyone has a unique gut blueprint. So you need to learn your body over time, which is why on our first consultations at Librada, the first question we ask you is, do you know, 1, your allergies, and 2, your food sensitivities? Because you could be doing so much right, but you're causing inflammation in your body when you're eating the right things, but they're actually the wrong things. So I just mentioned inflammation. Inflammation starts off as a whisper, and over time, with ice cream, dairy, it starts off as a whisper. It begins with, just a bit of discomfort in your belly. And if you continually eat dairy, what you'll notice is that whisper becomes digestive issues, which then leads to other diseases, autoimmune diseases. You're constantly having glucose spikes and all these other things. So your gut is 80% of your immune system, which is one thing people don't know. So if you're ever getting sick, the number one culprit is your gut. It's not just, your environment and all the things that you're eating, but specifically what is happening in your gut. So I guess I'll share some of the ways to have a healthy gut, right? So to have a healthy gut, you need to have both, I call it gardening your gut. So you need to garden your gut with both prebiotic foods and probiotic foods. So in your gut, you have these things called microbes. And the microbes in your gut need to feed. The microbes won't feed off of just anything you put in your body, no matter how amazing. Microbes will feed off of probiotics. So probiotics are the things, we call it, things like fermented Greek yogurt, even palm wine is a probiotic, fermented cabbage, kimchi, sauerkraut, miso soup, all of those are probiotics. And then those probiotics also have to be fed. So they are fed by prebiotics, which are your fiber-rich foods. So your cauliflower, broccoli, sweet potatoes, even dark chocolate is a really powerful prebiotic. So there's a uniqueness that we all have in our bodies, and if we are not attentive to it, you could be doing so much right, but so much damage at the same time. She touched on working out, and you touched on working out and how they were giving you really intense workouts, but you had a hormonal imbalance. So whilst you're doing that, a lot of people with PCOS, when they start developing, lots of weight gain, they go ham in the gym. But what they don't realize is that their body will not respond to the intensity of that workout, but more low, moderate workouts like walking and dance. Those are more effective for them than high intensity. So I think the beauty of holistic nutrition, which is what we do, is that we use the combination of all these different parts of your body, which is your gut, your nutrient intake, mineral intake, but we also look at your mind and how receptive you are to that change. So we never take on clients if they haven't ascertained their readiness to change, because before you can commit to anything outwardly, you must first commit to it in your mind. So yeah.
Okay, perfect. It was actually a perfect note to end on, but I still want to touch, I still want you to touch a bit more on the nutrition aspect, especially in our society. A lot of people find it's expensive to be healthy, literally choosing the right things you need to eat. But so how can, especially the woman that maybe finances is quite tight, how does she then make those changes? What are the typical food or meal plans or suggestions? Obviously, a more customized thing would make sense, but what general advice can you give around that?
We have some generic tips that we always give to people. So the first thing I will say is that it's a bit of a myth when we always use how expensive healthy food is, as an excuse to not. I mean, in my house, me and my sister, between us, we spend 15, maybe 10,000 actually on groceries a week, between the both of us. And I think that's such a steal for two women who are also trying to balance their hormones at the same time. So I really think that if you try and forget all the processed healthy stuff, now let's go down to Whole Foods. Whole Foods are inexpensive. Of course, prices have definitely gone up, but if you're prioritizing, things like ugu, lettuce, salads, you're having sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, plantains, prioritizing all those foods that grow from the ground, then your grocery list shouldn't be as expensive as it was if you're buying like pasta, you're buying bread, you're buying sweets and all these other confectionaries. So I think people need to really study their markets and figure out how they can get more for less. There is a way. But just some quick tips. Breakfast, always prioritize 3 things. I always make my clients repeat this: fiber, protein, and healthy fats. Fiber, protein, and healthy fats. And I'll give you examples of what that would look like. But the reason for this is because all of those things are going to give you the energy that you need for the rest of your day. If you start off your day with, things that will spike your blood sugar really quickly, so bread, pasta, rice, what you'll notice is that once you've made a terrible food decision at the start of your day, you're most likely going to make a worse one after. So fiber, protein, and healthy fats. You need the protein because it's going to give you a lot of energy. It's going to give you a lot of strength as well, especially if you're someone who's working out. You need the fiber because one of the things fiber does is that it keeps you fuller for longer. So when you compare how you feel when you've eaten a bowl of oats to how you feel when you've had a plate of rice for breakfast, it's a drastic difference. So fiber is so important. It keeps you full, and it also fights fatigue, which is what a lot of people who work experience, is that we call it the 1 p.m. slump. Is that, you know, your blood sugar can only get you so far and then you just crash. And then healthy fats as well, especially for women. We really need healthy fats. For lunch, always make sure that you're prioritizing cruciferous vegetables, particularly. Again, those are great for hormones. So by that I mean your ugu, your kale, your broccoli, and your cauliflowers. All of those are amazing. And then have grains, you know, brown rice, quinoa, all these different grains that we have. Just incorporate them into your diet, and of course plant-based protein or animal-based protein, whatever you would prefer. And then in the evenings, if you're like me, you're prone to a sweet tooth, always give yourself the opportunity to have a snack that is a little bit more sweet than savory. So you have Greek yogurt and berries, or Greek yogurt and apple. You know, you're getting your probiotics in, and you're also getting your prebiotics in from the fruits and the nuts and the seeds. So, but that breakfast will carry you for the rest of your day if you prioritize those three things: protein, healthy fats, and fiber.
Thank you very much. So I love what you said about before you start, you gauge the mental readiness. Dr. Maimuna, this is over to you. Mental health, I'm happy right now that it's getting, you know, the attention it needs. In fact, I think this week was the first time I booked, you know, to see a therapist. I was like, you know what, I'm going to see a therapist. Like, it's about time. I was like, and then I spoke to someone, they're like, oh, are you okay? I was like, yeah, I'm okay, but I've dealt with like a couple of like losses, and I just feel like it would be good to have a conversation. And I'm dealing with PCOS, I'm trying to lose weight. Everything is there. And trust me, I didn't understand that medication made me so emotional. You know, in fact, I think it was 2 days ago, I was just like crying. I was like, what is going on? God, why am I going through this in life? So for women that are going through, you know, different, I mean, and obviously everyone has different ability. Like when I lost my dad last year, I didn't know I could deal with that kind of loss, but, you know, I saw another person kind of emerge from that. So people right now are maybe not dealing with their emotions and maybe using things like food, using other coping mechanisms to deal. So can you just walk us briefly through the whole journey about mental health and why it's so crucial for our health to give some attention to it? Or a lot of attention to it, to be honest.
Thank you very much. Yes, mental health is getting quite a number of attention, but we still need more voices in that space and more voices to be amplified. My mantra is normalizing mental health conversations by building a culture of compassion. I say this everywhere I go because when we build a culture of compassion, it's easy for people to speak up and speak out. It's easy when people speak up and speak out. People can listen to them non-judgmentally without them being criticized, being judged, and of course, people won't be apostolic towards them. And they can get help from the right people, the right places, and the right time. But are these voices really there, or we are still all wrapped up in that stigma and discrimination against mental health and people living with mental illnesses? The obvious thing is that when people talk about mental health, it's very easy for people to say, oh, I don't have mental health. But the truth is that all of us in this room, we all have mental health.
Yeah.
But what we do not all have is mental illness. And statistics globally will tell us 1 out of every 4 people, or 4 Nigerians, just where we're sitting down here, we have a mental health challenge in their lifetime. That doesn't mean you must. It just means that there's a possibility and there's a probability, and that takes us to the word stress. So stress is so easily thrown around, and if you look deep down or you think deeply, the reason why you are seeing the doctor, the reason why you go to the pharmacy to buy medication, the reason why you're even speaking to a friend who listens to you, 90% of the cases because you're stressed. So people need to understand what stresses them out. We know if you ask all of us here now, I'm sure we know our height because of maybe visa interview or some forms you have to fill. We know our weight, we know our numbers when it comes to that. Some of us, we know what our blood pressure level is. Some of us, we know what if our blood sugar level is. But when you ask for what is your stress factor, they don't really know. And so I've broken it down in such a way that we can easily take it in bits and pieces and know exactly what is stressing you out. The first S in the stress factor is self. Sometimes it's not people stressing you out. It's you because of your pessimistic view about life. Everybody is doing so well except me. Who said so? We'll deal with our challenges. We all have our issues. What social media is saying is different from what the people are dealing with in real life. So the first S in stress is you stressing you out. T is trauma. Collectively, we've all been traumatized. If not anything, COVID happened. And all of us, we know what lockdown, everything that it brought to us. But some of us are going around with unresolved traumas. And what that implies is that we bleed on people that didn't cause us this trauma. Hurt people. So people need to deal with their traumas and know exactly where this trauma is coming from. The R here, especially when it comes to women, is relationships. 8 out of 10 of my clients are women. When I was doing residency at Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Yaba, that was the statistics. For 6 years, I thought maybe because it's a government establishment and whatever. I've been running my establishment now for the past 10 years. 8 out of 10 of my clients are still women. It's just recently we have 20% of our clients being teenagers, coming and children speaking and telling their parents, no, Gen Z and millennials, please, parents, if you are listening and hearing, listen to your child because you are trying to build that retirement, and if you don't build your children with your retirement, it will be a disaster. They are the therapy generation, and they will come to you and tell you, I need to speak to a therapist. Please listen. Stop rolling out your school fees is 10 million. You have a roof over your head. You go for summer. You have clothes. They all know that, but please understand that they need to speak to somebody who wouldn't, be that judgment and be that mother or father that roll out all those figures. So R is relationship. E is economic and financial. I don't know about you, but hey, right now, 100,000 is behaving like 10,000 naira. The money is just not making sense at all. And so it's really, really bad. So economic and financial issue could actually stress you out. The second S is sickness. It may not be you, it may be somebody in your family. I know once somebody is sick in the family, it affects other people. And the last of the stress factor is school and work. Remote working, online schooling. You saw what, I don't want to go too far. The isolation period, you saw all what happened. And now some organizations don't want to do the full 100%, they want to do remote working, and that is becoming an issue. So let me round it up on how you want to deal with this stress factor. So I've come and rounded up with the richer woman. I strongly believe that, before you can be a richer woman, you have to take some certain things into cognizance. So the T in the richer woman is take time for yourself. It's your me time. Don't give excuses. Take care of yourself. Pamper yourself. Your body will thank you for it. The H is, please have a plan to do your medicals on a yearly basis. Screen for cancer, diabetes, hypertension. Let it be, if you can't remember any day, your birthday you must remember, right? Let it be every birthday you have that plan in place to see your doctor. The E is exercise. She talked about exercise a lot, but what does exercise do for you? It boosts your feel-good hormones, the endorphins. And when they are boosted, it helps to deal with stress, anxiety, even my cases of depression. So imagine the benefits of exercise wrapped up into a pill. It will be the world's most sold pill. R is rest and sleep. Please, women, no more excuses. I have to do this. When a man gets up by 10 p.m., they want to go and sleep, they go to sleep. But a woman gets up by 8 p.m. and want to go and sleep, they will check the children, they will check the kitchen, they will check this, they will check phone, they will check. They will not sleep till 10, 11 p.m. Women, please, sleep. Sleep, rest. There is no award or accolades for the busiest person on earth. There is no award or accolade. So please take time to sleep. I imbibe the culture of learning, unlearning, and relearning. Money, they say, may not buy you happiness, but trust me, money will buy you good things of life. And lack of money will cause you stress and anxiety. So please imbibe that. That's RIC. Connect. Connect with the right set of people. You need people in your circle. And the people in your inner circle are very paramount. If they are no longer serving you, please feel free to fumigate. And be unapologetic about it. You need the right set of people in your inner circle. The other one is H. Yeah. Have a plan to see your doctor. I talked about having to do your medicals, but have a plan to see your doctors. Do you know why I'm saying this? Stop taking sleeping pills. Stop it, women. Diazepam, Valium, no. That is a pathway to addiction. Yeah. If you don't take time, you will not only have lack of sleep, you will have addiction, and addiction management is not an event. It's a whole process. Come to Pinnacle Medical Services where we work. People are there for 3 months, 6 months, trying to get rehabilitated. What's the other one? Please roll out the E. E, right? Okay, so I have RICHE. Okay, so E is exploit all opportunities that will make your work personally and professionally easier. Women, stop beefing other people that have the washing machine, whatever. You are a woman, not a robot. Please, stop giving excuses. If it's a car and a driver,
Nutrition.
put that in place. Don't try to make it look like because the other one has everything, she's too over-sabi. It's not. You are just hating. Yeah. Trust me. So get every gadget that will help you make your life, personal work and professional life easier. The R is realign your values. And please never underestimate your affirmation. Affirm yourself. You have to date yourself to know what it is to be dated. You have to be in a relationship with yourself. Romance yourself. Hype yourself. A lot of times people don't know what it is. So when people start telling you something else, you think that is it. So you have to affirm. Talk to yourself who you are becoming and who you want to become. It is not just motivational. It works and it helps you. What's the other one? W, yeah. Please work and collaborate with others. Omi is the one that can bring me out. I was actually here for the past over 1 hour in that room, back room. I'm in an online graduation with 199 other women in 45 African countries. But if you don't work and collaborate with others, trust me, you can't do everything alone. You can't live in isolation. People make it happen. And if you sow a seed today, paying it forward, you never can tell where other people will come to you when they really, people will help you when you really need that help. Or it's organized meeting up with your friends. Women need that. Have tea parties, have those kind of little breaks and take care of yourself. Even studies are showing that women that come together 2 to 3 times a week with other women do better. Stop looking at only the Gucci bags and the shoes and whatever. Have those time and talk really deep and explore. Have those people in your circle. Like I said earlier on, fumigate if they no longer serve you. M is manage your stress. Yeah. But you need to know your stressors. If you don't know your stressors, you cannot manage them adequately. And the A is ask for help. Sorosoke shouldn't die with answers. Yes. Scream! Ask for help. If you don't ask for it, nobody will know what the problem is. Anybody that tells you no, it expires at 11:59. Please ask for help. It's a sign of strength and never a sign of weakness. Yes. Last but not the least, in the richer woman Omi, ladies and gentlemen, please normalize saying no. You can't say yes all the time. You are not Niger jollof rice. Neither are you chocolate. You are not. So please, when you normalize saying no, it gives room to your true yeses. You are not telling the person no. You can tell the person not now. Not yet. So with all of this, know your stressors. know how to manage it with the Richer Woman acronym. Trust me, pick one today, run with it, and you will see how great your life will change.
Thank you. Amazing. Yes. Amazing. Thank you so, so much. And just going back into one of the issues of health that I would say is even the best in the sense is skincare, healthcare. A lot of people ignore, okay, like me, let's go back to what I eat. If I eat pizza, I get cystic acne, very bad, and it's horrible. And I know you've had experience dealing with different skin care routines. And so can you just speak more into the skin health? I mean, it's our first layer of defense. I think it's probably the most abused things. We probably abuse it more. So maybe if you could just shed more light as to why it's important and then how women can take active steps to being healthier.
Hi, everyone. I can't start without saying she did a fantastic job.
Amazing.
Everything you say is so me. Like, I'm just joining this, I came from the office, and you really have brought a whole lot of life in terms of what I believe that this whole Richer Woman thing was about. So very, very well done. Everything she said, apply all of that to your life. So don't complicate matters. And to answer your question, when it comes to skincare, I don't call it, well, skin health, I don't even think the word health, I'll say wellness, because it's all about wellness, and I can expand it from beginning to end, family, spiritual, this, that, and bring it home to the very end. Your skin is the largest organ. People don't really understand what that means. It houses you. They say humans are not just bodies, we are spirits. So imagine, it's larger than your heart, it's larger than your brain, it's larger than everything. It's housing all the other organs on the inside. So who you are is portrayed through your skin. When I look at people's skin, I can tell how much they love themselves. We spoke about self-love. She said, date yourself. She said a whole bunch of other things. A lot of people don't really know what it means, self-love. I think I started exploring and trying to understand the meaning of self-love from the age of 18. Because, as you said, 1 in every 4 human beings, I wouldn't just say Africans, are suffering from some kind of stress, which, whether you want to call it or label it mental illness or whatever, it is stress. And when they say stress kills, stress leads to inflammation, as she says, and many other things that even now affects your gut because it affects your whole lifestyle. We react based on how we feel because we feel our spirit and we go with our feelings. So if you're not in your feelings, recognizing your feelings, they might call that person a sensitive person. Some of us either lash out, and when babies lash out, we allow babies and children to lash out and throw tantrums. When you become 21 and above, talk less of being a married woman that has other children of their own, and you're still used to lashing out. It means you haven't learned what your trauma is, your trigger points are, your stresses are. It means you don't really know how to manage your own individual self. Now, you're probably wondering, how does that all have to do with skin? So it has to do with skin because the word skincare doesn't just mean products. It means how you care for your skin. And how you care for your skin also deals with your habits. So habits, I'm not just talking about picking your skin and all that. I'm talking about, think about the process. Now your mind has to go with me to the beginning. When you wake up in the morning, some people may look at themselves, they may not look at themselves. You go straight into the bathroom. You may drink water, you may pee or whatever, or you may go straight to brushing your teeth. Some people might go into prayer. Some people will rub their whole face, rub their whole eye. Some people go straight into shower, and maybe the water is super hot, it's neutral or cold. Then what tools are you now using to touch your skin? Some people are using long sponge. Some might just use their hands. Some might use the gloves. Some may use something very, very soft. Some may use black soap, a lightening soap, a regular soap, Dove sensitive soap, maybe the body wash that is filled with perfume, different things. Now, the reason why people pick all these things depends on what they believe they are doing to themselves in terms of care. They believe either one is the best. So those people that use, let's say they are using Dove, coconuts, tropical, something, right? It looks good, it sounds, very interesting, it seems foreign. Then they have the poof sponge or the glove ones. That's what they see foreign-wise when they travel to Boots or whatever. So they're just going along with the trends. They haven't given it much thought. everybody's doing it. It seems like that's the right thing to do. Now others believe, black soap, long sponge, because my skin is tough, because I want to exfoliate and remove all the dead cells. I don't know when your skin died. There's no dead cells on your skin. And it's an organ, you don't need to help it. It's almost like saying I need to help pump my heart. Let me keep hitting it every day. The heart can operate on its own and you can breathe. You don't actually need help unless it's totally dysfunctional. So your skin doesn't need your help in helping it exfoliate or remove any dead cells. All those things are marketing things that we have picked on the very wrongest way, and we are copying what Oyinbo people are doing. Now, even an Oyinbo person, I can tell who really loves herself, who doesn't love herself. Then there are those that are just very extra, meaning they are very careful. They know that they don't understand all these new trends, what is happening, what is not happening, and they pay attention. So they may not be able to break it down the way I'm breaking it down, but they will buy Dove soap because Dove said 1/4 moisturizing, and it seems to be a trusted kind of thing, right? And they probably wouldn't use a sponge, or they would use something really, really soft on and off. They are not really trying to scrub off their whole skin. They are happy with the skin. Then, step 2, you come out. There are those who maybe believe that their skin is not the best. Maybe they're competing with the girl they saw has fresh skin, and they are thinking, that one must be using the ordinary plus this plus Paula's Choice plus that. They said it's 5 steps or 7 steps Asian skincare, glass skin routine. So she'll start doing her own. Maybe it's a new thing she started doing because she said she's going to get into it. She can't carry last, right? So she starts doing her skincare routine, and it takes her longer than it takes the average person. Mind you, this might be an old person. When I say older person, at least over 25, meaning from 25 you start having responsibilities. Maybe you're a graduate, you have work responsibilities. Some of you may have boyfriends, some may be married. I don't know what the situation is, but you've started having stress in your life. So you're now doing 7-step routine to get ready. At some point, maybe a pimple comes out, and as an African, we have something called melanin. So when a white person gets a pimple, it might turn red, go back to normal. And the girl you're competing with may be red undertone. So it's going to come out, but go back to normal, and it will look like she has never had any skin issues in her life. You do yours turns out to be the color of your hair. Then it's now, how do I cover that? I'm not getting it right. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. A whole cycle from your 20s into trying to get the right thing. I call it distractions, right? And then you just keep going with the bandwagon. Okay, you hear clinic aesthetics, air aesthetics, this person is the newest person. They're doing derma mapping, microdermabrasion. You try them all, you're 35, you still haven't gotten it down. You try this organic, that organic. Most people have not sat down to think what they are doing with their lives. They are angry at each person and blaming each person. They blamed husband. It's so stressful, and even the children, and even this, that. There's not enough time. Lagos. The problem is not Lagos. The problem is not anybody else, but lack of understanding of self, because you have refused to relax and love the skin that you are in, and it has caused mental problems from head to toe, even on the inside. So skincare is super deep, but yes, of course, the right products also matter, and it has gotten to a stage where, which is the reason why I started charging consultation. I saw the need to do consultation because moving back, meeting people, talking to them as you're buying my skincare, we're spending 1 hour discussing skincare. And some of them are like, do you really use your product? Are you sure that's what you're rubbing? No. I'm sure you're using Egyptian milk. I'm sure, are you mixed? Are you there? So as you're even telling them the right thing to do, they don't believe you. And there's a reason. It's because they don't understand the breakdown of where they went wrong. And that's where therapy comes in. So you don't have to go to a therapist. But if I care, I had to spend time understanding what they are doing wrong. So I had to look at the whole routine from when they wake up, and then really figure it out and classify them and figure out what will work for this person, what will work for this person. Because I may give somebody the exact same routine as this person. They may have the exact same skin type. But the reason that why that person will fail is because the way she cares for her skin is totally more brutal compared to the other person.
Okay. Thank you so much. I know you were trying to like summarize everything in a bit, but I mean, this is just a teaser really of so much wealth of knowledge. I mean, thank you to everyone that has tuned in. We have I'm looking at your skin and I'm like, do you live in Lagos? Like, really? And I'm sure a lot of people are thinking it as well. But anyway, it takes a whole lot of process, because as she was talking, I was just thinking of, I have very, very, very bad habits. And until I can love myself well enough to know that, okay, where does this stop? Where can I take a mental assessment of where I am right now? Health-wise, I love what you said, Dr. May, about going back and deciding that, okay, I'm going to have these checks done. I think for me, in my own personal health journey, I had to say, I need to know my numbers. So know your numbers health-wise, what's your BP, what's all that going on. Then start tracing. When I started figuring out that, if I eat certain things, it will affect my skin. Okay, am I tired of having like blotched skin? How can I be better? Sunscreen is necessary, apparently, for melanin skin. So a lot of education goes into fitness. So for you to enjoy the wealth, there's nothing like, you can go on holiday, but it can be ruined if you're sick. Who wants to be sick on holiday? You'll be looking at beautiful beaches like, I feel sick. But anyway, health is so important, and I thank you ladies for taking the time to just share from your wealth of experience. God bless you, and enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.